Who are we kidding? Would. Do I need that much detail about specifically about my brother-in-law? Probably not, but also, good job, Trav! That's it!
Taylor Swift is living rent-free in everyone's heads, and honestly, she's earned it. First up, she's back in her flirty bag, teasing Travis Kelce after his bashful reaction to her spicy track Would, basically turning their relationship into a lyrical love story we all wish we'd written. Then, enter Kylie Kelce, giving her hilarious 2 cents on the song before revealing her daughter Elliotte's surprisingly wholesome favorite from the life of a showgirl.
One of the songs that Ellie and I have been bopping to on the way to school is Elliotte.
And speaking of inspiration, Taylor literally hopped out of a car mid-convo with Travis to record Elizabeth Taylor.
I had to get out of the car. I was like, 1 second, we're parked. I was like, I have to get out of the car for a second, and just sang this melody into my phone, got back in the car, and just, that's what that's like when that happens.
Now between writing hits and planning a wedding, she's bracing for bridesmaid drama while taking notes from Seth Meyers, who just dropped 2 iconic wedding planning tips that had Taylor laughing and maybe sweating.
I'm feeling, there are 2 things I'm worried about on your behalf.
Only 2?
Only 2.
Taylor is officially in her I'll flirt in public and dare you to deal with it era, and we're so here for it. After Travis Kelce's hilariously awkward but sweet reaction to her spicy new track Would on his and Jason's New Heights podcast, she didn't just sit back quietly. She jumped on Instagram and dropped what fans are calling the ultimate wink at her man. Classic Taylor, subtle as a foghorn. She posted a clip from her hit The Fate of Ophelia, but fans noticed the real action was in the caption. It was basically her playful way of saying, "Yeah babe, I heard your reaction and I'm keeping it 100. You know, that phrase Travis once tossed out while bragging about how his 87 and her 13 add up to 100 and how they keep it real. Well, clearly the woman took notes and is now using his own words to roast him in the cutest possible way. Insiders say this little digital love tap wasn't random. Apparently it's Taylor's cheeky way of showing she loves that Travis can handle being both her muse and her meme. And honestly, after his reaction on the podcast, who can blame her? He looked like he was trying to stay chill while realizing the world just heard a song that's, well, pretty much a musical thirst trap about him. Jason, of course, wasn't going to let his brother off the hook. He was stirring the pot like Gordon Ramsay on caffeine, asking Travis if the song made him feel cocky. Travis tried to play it cool with his great song answer, but the smile gave him away. Everyone knows what was going through his head, pure panic and a little pride.
Do you feel cocky? Do you feel cocky about the song Would?
And just when fans thought the Would chaos had peaked, Kylie Kelce entered the chat. Now, Kylie isn't exactly shy, but when your sister-in-law drops a chart-topping anthem that, celebrates your brother-in-law's athletic attributes, even she had to take a breath. Insiders say Kylie heard the song and instantly had that "I did not need this level of detail before breakfast" look. Like she's supportive, totally Team Taylor, but also wondering if she should start wearing noise-canceling headphones whenever the couple releases new music. Apparently on her podcast, Kylie joked that while she's proud of the whole empowered woman hyping her man vibe, there are some things you just can't unhear. She even gave Travis a little golf clap for his generous feature, but you could tell she was fighting secondhand embarrassment harder than a mom watching her kid's school play go off the rails. And honestly, who can blame her?
Do I need that much detail about specifically about my brother-in-law? Probably not, but also, good job, Trav! That's it! 1,000% yes, that's women supporting women. Proud of ya.
The song's lyrics are, let's say, not shy about Travis's skill set. Fans practically needed a cold shower after hearing about magic wands and keys opening thighs. And just when everyone thought Kylie Kelce was done dealing with Taylor's lyrical oversharing, she went and proved she's not just surviving the Swift era, she's thriving in it mom style. Because now, Kylie's not just talking about Would anymore, she's revealing which Taylor Swift tracks are getting heavy rotation in the Kelce household. And let's just say, the kids are in on the Swiftie craze too. Turns out little Elliotte, the 4-year-old mini Kelce, has already picked her fave from the life of a showgirl, and thankfully it's not one that gives Aunt Taylor's fiance a new nickname in the locker room. Insiders say Kylie spilled on her podcast that school drop-offs have basically turned into karaoke sessions, with Elliotte blasting through the car speakers. Apparently, Elliotte loves the part about eating out of the trash, which, let's be honest, feels way too relatable for any parent who's ever seen a toddler lick a playground slide. Kylie was cracking up about it, calling the song an absolute bop. And honestly, she's right.
Speaking of the girls, we have listened to Life of a Showgirl. There are some bops on there I think everybody knows. One of the songs that Ellie and I have been bopping to on the way to school is Opalite. Great song. The lyric, my brother used to call it eating out of the trash. Outstanding.
Even Jason admitted it's a family favorite. But here's the funny part. Opalite just so happens to be Uncle Travis's top pick too. Yep, Taylor herself confirmed it in another interview, proving once again that this family is basically united by catchy lyrics and chaos. Meanwhile, Kylie also mentioned Wishlist is another go-to, saying it hits even though she's not the material girl type. Translation, she's vibing, but she's not asking Jason for diamonds anytime soon.
My favorites on the album are definitely Wishlist.
And speaking of diamonds, Taylor just proved she doesn't need one to shine. She's writing songs inspired by another icon with the same name, Elizabeth Taylor. So apparently the spark for this one didn't come from a studio, a fancy retreat, or even a random 3 a.m. meltdown over her Notes app. Nope, it happened mid-car ride with Travis Kelce. Taylor's rambling about Elizabeth Taylor's fabulous chaos and timeless glam, probably gesturing like she's pitching a movie, when suddenly she has her light bulb moment. The woman literally stops, hops out of the car, records a melody into her phone, then gets right back in like nothing happened. Travis must have been sitting there like, cool, so that's what genius looks like in real time. Insiders say it all started after Taylor's parents sent her a clip of Elizabeth Taylor's son calling her the modern-day version of his mom, which, let's be honest, is about as high a compliment as it gets. You can bet Taylor went full oh my god mode, immediately calling Travis to talk about it like a teenager who just found out their crush noticed them. She later explained that Elizabeth Taylor isn't just a name drop, it's her way of channeling the glamour, drama, and total whirlwind of fame through Liz's lens. It's basically Taylor writing about herself, but with vintage diamonds, fur coats, and scandalous headlines sprinkled in for flavor. Think less Heartbreak Diary, more Hollywood fever dream.
My parents sent me this clip of Elizabeth Taylor's son saying something very flattering that basically if there was one person he would say he might compare to his mother in modern day in terms of just, I guess, the persona and the whole, chaos going on around us, he said he would say me. I was so flattered by that when I read it. I just immediately started talking to Travis about it. I was just going on and on about Elizabeth Taylor, like talking about all the things about her that I love, all the things that made her so glamorous and funny and witty and interesting, and how she kept challenging herself, like late into her life, like kept taking on roles that were different and brave and raw. And I had to get out of the car. I was like, 1 second, we're parked. I was like, I have to get out of the car for a second, and just sang this melody into my phone, got back in the car, and just, that's what that's like when that happens.
Of course, this isn't her first nod to the legendary actress. Swifties remember her dropping a Burton to this Taylor lyric years ago, but this time it hits different. It's mature, cinematic, and maybe a little self-aware, like Taylor knows she's now living in that same pop culture stratosphere. And honestly, watching her pull over mid-drive to record a masterpiece, peak Taylor energy. Who else casually turns a random car convo into a Grammy contender? And now she's swapping songwriting chaos for wedding planning mayhem. Yep, the Queen of Heartbreak Anthems is deep in bride mode, and according to insiders, she's already braced for the inevitable drama that comes with picking bridesmaids. Because if there's one thing scarier than dropping a surprise album, it's telling your BFF she didn't make the bridal party. Word is Taylor's going big, like Royal Wedding meets Super Bowl halftime show big. She's reportedly said there's zero chance she's doing this twice, so why not go all out? Apparently her vibe is, go bold, go emotional, and invite pretty much everyone she's ever exchanged a polite hey with. She even joked recently that she's skipping the whole cutting down the guest list stress and just going full Swift palooza. Somewhere her wedding planner is probably rocking back and forth in a corner whispering, please no more RSVPs.
I'm so excited about it. I'm just like, I know it's going to be fun to plan. Because I think the only stressful weddings are the ones where you have a small amount and people are on the bubble.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
And you have to evaluate or assess your relationship with them.
But insiders say the real tea is in her bridesmaid list. Taylor's apparently scribbling down names like it's the NFL draft. Childhood friends, old tour mates, her squad members who survived the Reputation era, and of course her new football family. It's giving choose your fighter energy. The only problem? You can't have 47 bridesmaids even if you are Taylor Swift. So yeah, expect some drama when someone realizes they didn't make the final cut. One insider even hinted that Taylor's already had to do a little emotional damage control after a few friends found out they're just getting a front row seat, not a matching dress. But knowing Taylor, she's handling it with charm, humor, and maybe a friendship bracelet or two as consolation prizes. And honestly, at this point, Taylor might need a team of NASA engineers just to manage the seating chart. But lucky for her, she's getting some free wedding advice from one of late night's funniest humans, Seth Meyers. Yep, Taylor swung by late night to talk about her new album, but let's be real, no one can resist asking about the wedding of the century. And Seth, he came prepared. He basically turned into Taylor's unofficial wedding consultant, clipboard energy and all. After congratulating her on the engagement, Seth told her he only had 2 worries for her big day, which, let's be honest, is wild, because if you're marrying Taylor and Travis, the list of potential disasters starts at 200.
Had a chance to congratulate you on your engagement.
Thank you.
I'm feeling, there are 2 things I'm worried about on your behalf.
Only 2?
Only 2.
Okay.
But Seth's main concern? The invitations. He told her that everyone's expecting something epic. Glitter explosions, a coded message, maybe even an invite sung by a hologram cat. His advice? Skip the drama, send an evite, and save the trees and your sanity. Somewhere, her design team probably screamed.
I'm worried about the invitations.
Logistics, yeah.
Just the invitations alone, because I feel like everybody, has an expectation that you're going to put a lot of thought into it.
Yeah.
And I feel like I just give you permission to just send an evite.
Taylor admitted she hadn't even thought about invites yet, which is peak I've been busy dropping chart-topping albums and casually changing pop culture again behavior. Seth told her she had his full permission to keep it simple, but then in true Swift fashion, she started brainstorming ways to make it extra. Invitations that self-destruct after being opened or require a math degree to decode the wedding date. Imagine your invite literally turning to dust if you don't RSVP fast enough. That's not an invite, that's performance art.
No, there's lots of different things you could do, right? We could get some production value.
Yeah.
Or like get really tricksy with it where like they read it and as soon as it senses fingerprints, it 3 minutes later dissolves into dust.
That's really good.
Right?
It could be no words, just a series of numbers, and people are like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
They both joked about how Swifties would probably treat the whole thing like an escape room, solving equations to figure out if they're supposed to show up in Paris or Kansas City. And honestly, he's not wrong. Someone would 100% post a Reddit thread titled, "Decoding the Taylor-Travis Wedding Invite." That's all for this video, folks. We'll see you next time.